Okay, I will. My experience as a speaker, I'll start with, is quite extraordinary. I have to say, first, you reach out to us quite early, so it is really planned ahead of time. Second, all the prep and the meetings we do together ahead of the actual day, and all the arrangements done in the venues, the before and after. This continuous contact is very, I would say, structured and very much hospitality driven. So that's as a speaker. Now, as a participant, and I've been in Valencia, I've been here, there are very nice subjects that are covered, and of course it is all around co-working, but you have different type of speakers coming and giving their point of view. You have different subjects covered. You know, we wouldn't have thought that we will talk about what are the cultural differences of Europe and co-working, which they are, but that would not be a subject that you would think about. So, in summary, that's me.
De la conferencia, a ver, pude participar no solo de España, sino de otras conferencias en Latinoamérica y debo decir que esta es una de mis predilectas. La verdad que la organización es muy buena. Vengo acá a aprender. Venimos con mi socio Gabriel, ¿no? Que también participó ahí de una ponencia. Venimos a aprender y a compartir, y la verdad que estos días hemos recibido muchísimos estímulos nuevos de información. Hemos cruzado también conversaciones que enriquecen, creo que a todos en los negocios, así que para mí también es un 10 esta conferencia. Muchas gracias por invitarme.
I discussed, and I can answer, we discussed, I think, we discussed many interesting elements. I would summarize them as co-working past to today and where it's going. I think it's a very interesting subject and it could last for hours. We summarized it our way. Cultural differences or business differences between one continent and the other. In this case you have Latin America and Europe, but it would be also interesting to see what happens with the others. And touching on management contracts, touching on all these intermediaries that come within the business of the co-working, because it is something that is evolving and becoming the center of, not the center of the world, but one of the center of the office business. And you have definitely a lot of intermediaries. So I think we covered very interesting subjects, and those are discussions that could last for hours. It's even nice to have debates about them. You know, I don't know if this should be said, Marc, I'm coming from hospitality, and it depends how you define your company, right? If you look at the Peninsula model, if you look at the Mandarin Oriental model, and if you look at those luxury Six Senses, those models, they don't do management contract. If you go touch on the Marriott world and Starwood, the IHG, they do management contract because their strategy is full expansion, right? Expansion, 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 and to be present and have footprint. I'm not saying there is a strategy better than the other. I'm coming from Intercontinental, so I know the school very well. It really depends what you want. And from there, you think that if you would choose if a management contract would make sense or not. I'm not a fan of management contract because it can become too much, and it really dilutes the business model. And it's not the thing that makes you millions. It's not coming from a management contract, right? So.
A ver, me sorprende haber repasado las similitudes que podemos ver en una región tan distinta como Latinoamérica, como Europa. Sigo sorprendido cada vez que viajo encontrar esto, ¿no? Como que estamos todos en una situación muy similar, obviamente teniendo en cuenta algunas diferencias locales, pero en general esta es una industria global. y me sigue llamando eso la atención, ¿no? Entonces ese es el primer punto. El otro punto es, también he participado de varios paneles donde en general en la industria de coworking, and I'll change to English so you can understand it as well, both global players haven't been showing up to these spaces, and that thank you, for participating with you. I think that's I hope it will be like a new era of sharing and collaborating together towards to making this industry grow and sustainable, and I love that. I think that stood out for me.